Hi everybody, it's Wendy here, Lolly Dolly Crafts. Sorry I've not put anything up for a while. I've, to be honest, I've had a really bad chest infection after I had the vertigo. It just seemed to be one thing after another. And on top of that, the chest infection I have was really, really bad. I even thought it might be pneumonia because I just couldn't breathe, but anyway, it's cleared up now. I've just got the after effects of a little bit of a cough. So anyway, it also meant I did lose my mojo a little bit. So, although I, sort of like been thinking, oh, I want to do something, every time I sit down and try and go to do something, even though I see so many lovely things and inspiration, my mojo just wasn't happening. So anyway, I have been buying a few bits over the last couple of weeks because I've been in bed, which is what I tend to do if I'm in bed and I can't get up. I tend to online shop. But I'm not going to bore you with showing you hauls of what I bought because, to be honest, I'm not saying it's boring, but it's just so much of it. I'd have to have about 3 videos. But anyway, there is one thing I just wanted to ask some advice from people. If I just zoom in a little bit. All right, now I bought these. They're from Tattered Angels. Okay. So is that light shining? I don't know. Let me just turn these off. Can you? Sorry, I'm just trying to sort my light out so it's not. Right, yeah, these are from Tattered Angels, and they're it says Glimmer Glass, and this one's called Regal. I bought these because I actually thought they were like masks for the glimmer mists. But when I got them, to be honest, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do with them. I mean, this one, okay, it's a swirl, and I can, I suppose, put it on something and then like spray it and it'll leave obviously this sort of shape. But there was lots of other things in there, like let's have a look, like this, which is just it's like all of this is not cut out, it's just that's actually painted onto the plastic. So all you've got is the outline and the hole, and I'm not really sure what to do with them. There's like, I mean, they're nice on their own, but I'm not going to get that effect if I spray anything on them, because all I'm going to get is like the outline, and then when I spray I'll get the keyhole, and then if I spray on the outside I'm going to get like a border of spray on the outside, which will look messy. So if anyone's ever used these, I mean, there's this big crown, which great, but I'm going to get like this messy. I really not sure what I'm supposed to do with them. Like this. I know they're masks, but they just seem to be the opposite. And there's like lots of like little fleur-de-lis ones and that. But so if anybody knows how to use these or what you're supposed to do with them, I mean, that's really pretty, obviously, and it's got all the decoration on there. But you don't actually get that when you glimmer mist it. All you get is the outline, which is what I'm going to get, is sort of like, if I get this piece of paper, let me get a glimmer mist. It was just sorry guys, I've got my craft room door open today into the garden because it's I know, who'd thunk it. Right, so say that, it doesn't really matter I suppose which way I put it down. So if I put it down that way and I spray it, oh, this is probably not dark enough to get it good enough. Alright, and I take that off, all I'm getting is that. So I don't think I'm using them right. So if anybody has any idea how to use these, please let me know. You can PM me or whatever, let me know, because obviously, I've sort of paid for them. This obviously was a bit of the wrong colour to use because it's a bit light, but try this one on this piece of wood. I don't know. They looked really good, and I thought, oh yeah, Glimmer Mist. They must be sort of like, you know, loads of different masks, which would be great. But when you actually go to use them, I don't know. I mean, whether or not I'm supposed to wait until they're dry. I mean, all right, you know, I've got that sort of, do you know what I mean? But it's just, that's really boring. That's really nice, but that's really boring. And I'm not, I suppose I could do something in the middle. I don't know. So anyway, like I said, if anyone's got any ideas, please let me know. And that one was called Vintage. This is Vintage Mist Cosmic Shimmer, and it's antique green. Isn't that yummy? And that other one I used was called, and it was from Perfect Pearls, and it's called Pink Gumball, which is really nice. So anyway, so yeah. So if anyone has any ideas, let's clean them up. Please let me know. Let me just clean them up, and yeah, please let me know, because I don't really want to waste them, but it just seems at the moment I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do with them. And if that's the case, they've gone to a lot of waste of money decorating the tops of these when really they didn't need to, because it's not like it shows through. So I don't know. I just wish there's no instructions on the back at all. Or maybe I should go to their website and go to Tattered Angels websites, and maybe they'll show me how to use them. Oh, I should have thunk of that first of all. But anyway, so that was one of the things I actually bought them, but like I said, I wasn't really sure what to do with them. So I'm just going to stick that in there for the minute so they don't all fall out. Okay. I'm working on another project at the moment, which is using a kit, well not a kit, but a tutorial from Jim the Gentleman Crafter. Let me just zoom out a minute. And it's Carol's desktop box, that's what it's called. And this is what I've done so far. I haven't done it while I've been filming it because it's been a really hard slog to make this, only because you had to double up on this hardboard stuff, and I think what I did was I got too thick a hardboard to start off with, so I had a devil of a time even cutting it, and that's why all these edges are quite rough, which I'm really gutted about, and there's a bit of a gap. So what I'm going to do is I've still got to line the inside of this, and I'm not going to do that while all I've done is, you know, lined it. It's you can go on to Jim the Gentleman Crafter's website, and he actually does a play-by-play tutorial on how to put this together. So there's no point me showing you. But what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to add some trim just to sort of hide this messy bit. I know I want it shabby chic looking, but not falling apart shabby chic looking. So, but you know, I will get it finished, and I'm sure it will look absolutely amazing when I've done it. But it's a project I'm having to put down, work on, walk away, come back to it, because I don't know, I'm enjoying making it, but because I'm not happy with how it's turned out cut wise, I'm having to sort of like, you know, make sure I keep going with it, because otherwise I don't want to waste it by not finishing it off, and I'm sure it'll look amazing when it's finished. But anyway, so that's the other thing I've been doing. I think what I'm going to have a go today at is I'm going to try and make a fabric book. I've been meaning to make one for absolutely yonks. So while I've not been very well, I've been on eBay buying some materials, like I bought some, you know what, I didn't realise how expensive felt was. But anyway, I bought some felt, but I didn't want A4 squares. I wanted it on a, you know, like a long piece. And this piece, it's doubled, and I'm not sure. I think it's 2 meters possibly. Or was it sold by the half meter? Do you know, I can't remember. But anyway, but this is quite expensive. This cost me just over about £10.50 for this little piece of felt. So if anybody knows where I can get it cheaper in the UK, then please let me know. Normally where I get my materials and that stuff, Cuddly Buddly I normally get from them, but they didn't have any, it was out of stock, so and I'm a bit impatient. So anyway, so I got some felt. I got some of this material. I also got this off of eBay. I mean, it's not a huge piece of material, but it should be, because I want to make an 8x8 book. So what I need is, for an 8x8, I need 16, I need a 16 plus 2 inch, so I need a 20-inch piece. So this is 16, by 21, so I've just got enough lengthwise to possibly, lengthwise it's probably just enough, and then to have a little bit left for the other inch left for the stitching. Widthwise, it's not a problem. So this is going to be my front cover. The other thing I got was some muslin. Now I got actually, I'm hoping this is going to be okay because it's quite thin, and what I probably should have got was, instead of muslin, was some cream cotton material, which I will get, but for the moment I don't want to put off this will be my first one, so I'm going to use this for now, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it will be okay, because I'm going to line it with and add lots of things, lace and bits and bobs to it, and you know, and the felt's white, so it's not like that's got a pattern on it, so I'm just hoping that it's only it's more for binding and for putting stuff on than anything else. So that's what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do, the credit for showing me, or I saw for showing me how to, I first saw one of the fabric books on Bonnie's YouTube, and also missgardengrove, I think is her name, did a tutorial on how actually to put the book together, and they're absolutely amazing, so I hope I can do it justice, and all credit to both of them, Bonnie's and books. I can't remember what her YouTube name is, I'm really sorry, I'll put the link down the bottom at the end of it, but yeah, so and I'm going to make some flowers as well to go on the book, and I've got lots of doilies, and I've also managed to get some printable fabric, which is on it's like very vintagey looking. The only problem is my laptop's gone poop at the moment, so I'm really not quite sure. I'm going to have to borrow my son's laptop that he got for Christmas to actually upload this one, but my laptop, it's not recognising my when you plug it into the charger, it's not recognising the charger, so it's either the actual plug socket where the charger is, or the actual charger bit that's burst. So I need to send that off, more money, which I could have spent on crafty goodies, but hey ho. It needs sorting, so I need to get it done. So I'm just going to have to borrow my son's for the moment. So anyway, enough waffling. I've got, it's Valentine's Day today, so happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I'm listening to Don Williams on my player, which I got. I love country and western music. I also got a nice breakfast in bed, poached eggs on toast with a cup of coffee. I got a big bar of chocolate, some cards, nice bottle of wine. I've also, today, nothing to do with Valentine's, but I've just bought myself Happy Valentine's to me and eBosser, so I've been playing with that today, so I haven't actually really used it properly yet, but I had a little go and it seems to be okay, so that's cool. Right, so without further ado, I'm going to get on, otherwise I'm just boring you. You don't want to listen to my jibber jabber. Okay, so To start off with, obviously, this is going to be my front panel. So I want this, I'm going to keep this width because it's 21s, but I want this length here to be 8, but I'm going to do it at 9, so I've got enough for stitching, because obviously I don't want it, if I do it 8 it's going to be smaller than an 8 by 8, if you know what I mean. So if I'm going to cut it at 9, so I'm just going to mark it with a pencil there, and then I'm going to fold this. I suppose I should get a rotary cutter. If anybody knows of a good trimmer that cuts MDF, or like, you know, the hardboard, thick cardboard hardboard, let me know. Because I did buy a new one specifically for it, but after the first cut, it just gave up the ghost, and it was a nightmare. Anyway, something there to remind us. Don't you just love country and western? I'm sure there's plenty of you out there that don't. So if I'm singing away while I'm doing this, sorry, I can't sing anyway. Right, okay, so that's our first piece. Put that there. Okay. So now what I need to do is I'm going to cut some felt that will go inside that. Do you know what? I got introduced to country and western music by my dad, who's obviously sadly passed away. And I love listening to it now because it just reminds me of him so much. And I love country and western music. Right, okay, so I'm just going to cut this so it's... So you wouldn't believe I've just spent nearly a month in bed, would you? How bad is that? Been in bed for a month. First of all because I couldn't stand up, because I had really bad vertigo. And then secondly, I ended up with a really bad chest infection, which I caught off my son, I might add, bless him. He gave it to me and it just went straight to my chest. Right, so I'm going to cut that. So I'm going to stand up. I'll have to trim it off a bit, then it's not a problem. I'm so glad it's we had snow for 2 days, but it wasn't like the settling snow bit, it was like you know, the hot wet stuff. Oh, if I cut this the wrong end, I think I am. That's all right, I'll just cut it off. Because that's not the right size, it's this side, isn't it? This is a... yeah. So there we go. So yeah, at the moment I'm trying to get into doing maybe some swaps with some people. I'm going to do one with lavish laces in May time, and I'm hoping to do a card swap with Ottima. I think that's how you pronounce it. That's her YouTube name. I'm sorry, I'm really bad with names, so please excuse me. I need to write them down. And also I'm doing on Facebook an altered art swap as well. So I just trim this end bit off. Yeah, so I'm, you know, So if anybody's interested in doing any sort of swap, and the one I'm doing on Facebook is a steampunk one, which is really scary for me because steampunk's really not it's not normally the stuff I do. I'm into sort of like shabby chic and vintage and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm a bit sort of, but I'll do it. I mean, I'm up for a challenge. Right, so that's that side. So what you need is, for an 8x8, I've got so 8 inches for this side, 8 inches for that side, and the 2-inch panel in the middle, so I can sew it down for my pages. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. So now I'm going to I'll measure and cut my muslin, and then I will turn it off while I sew it because I don't want to bore you waiting while I'm. And I've put my camera on short play rather than long play, hoping that I'll have a better quality image for you to see. Okay, so I hope this works out okay. Like I said, I've never made one before, and I've been desperately wanting to make one. So I've got so many things I want to do, like canvases and stuff like that, but I'm going to give this one a go first. This muslin will make great flowers as well. Oh, I'll have to fold that back up in a minute. Okay, so there's my first piece. I have no clue how this is going to turn out. I will trim it all up afterwards. You don't worry about the edges or anything like that, because you're going to add lace and that to it, and doilies and things like that, so it doesn't really matter. Let me just trim this end bit up a little bit. Okay, so oops, that's my first page. Okay, so I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to sew this up and then I'll be back.